everybody is doing good on this Friday. Welcome to Embroidery Happy Hour. I am Jeanette, for those of you new, and I am also part of Boricua Sewing Press, which is actually this channel. So, like I said, welcome. And today I'm pretty excited because I'm going to be trying something really new. I want to try it live with all of you guys. And I thought this is something that could be kind of really fun. I have seen a lot of patterns regarding quilting. So I want to, take a look at it. I want to see how it embroiders on, on the machine and how it actually looks and stuff like that. So that's what they're going to be doing this Friday. So before we get started with the machine, embroidery machine quilting, I do want to talk to you guys about a couple of things that we got going on. For those of you guys that have joined the 2025 Christmas in July, I'm getting all tongue-tied, gift exchange, all the gifts should have been mailed out today. So if you haven't had a chance to mail out your gift, please make sure you do it at least by the end of this weekend or early Monday. That way I can make sure that everybody received their gifts before our live. We're going to be doing the show and tell live on the 18th of July. That's scheduled, and that's going to be pretty cool and awesome. Usually what we do is we always like show each other, the gifts and everything. And it looks like I'm a little on the dark side. Okay, got it. All right. So, we kind of exchange gifts and everything. So, and we get to see what everybody got. So that's pretty exciting. Everybody kind of has a lot of fun with that. So, just wanted to put that out there. The gifts should have been mailed out today. So as you can see, I'm all tongue-tied and everything. I think it has something to do with retirement. I don't know. We'll see. So, also, I want to give a big shout out to Miss Rita Miller, who remembered my birthday, which isn't yet, okay? It's coming in July, but I received this cute tumbler, which I love. I am totally in love with it. It's my new tumbler now. It says officially retired in 2025. Not my problem anymore. And she had my name put on it. And then in the back, it says, every sip tastes like it's not my problem anymore. But I will tell you, though, this. I am having kind of a problem. My sewing, all right? I feel really bad for the person that I was assigned to give a gift to, because I decided, I was like, oh, I'm going to make a makeup pouch, or I'm going to do all these pouches for this person, right? I had no idea how off I am on my game of sewing. I cannot sew straight for the life of me, even with a sewing guide and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of like, I kind of feel bad that I did the best I could. But I ended up putting something in there with embroidery, because that I know best. But I will tell you, that is a problem that I have, and I'm going to have to really, really start, practicing, because now I have nothing but time. Okay. Also, another announcement: I will be starting to teach at Susie's Quilt Shop in Manassas, Virginia. I do owe her some agendas and some dates. We're probably going to do it like once a month. So if you guys are in the area, I will announce it when when we actually have the actual dates. So that way, if you guys are within Manassas, Virginia, and you guys want to learn about embroidery, stuff like that, and you want to, learn in person, you can join and stuff. And then also, I don't know if you guys are aware that Fredericksburg's Sewing and Quilt Expo is already doing their advertising for it. So I did see it. I have not registered for anything yet, but I will be going this year, as I always do. I fell in love with that place. I have to look at their classes. I'm going to see if I'm going to sign up for some of their classes and stuff. And then probably what I'll do is I'll see if you guys are interested in meeting up in an area, and we can get together and have dinner if some of you guys are attending that event as well. So, guys, let's get into our project for tonight. Okay, I'm pretty excited about it. I have some of the stuff already kind of like pre-assembled. Okay, I also have my stand right here where I'm going to put the laptop on so you guys can see what I'm doing and everything. But before we get into it, let's pick the pattern that we want to do. Okay, so what I have to do now is I'm going to have to share my screen because I want you guys to see where I am actually getting that pattern from. Okay, so let me get here first and see if I can get to the screen, and then I hope I didn't lose you guys because I do have to share the screen with you guys. So let me go on YouTube on my end as well so that I can see exactly what you guys are seeing, so that way I don't keep teaching and teaching. You guys can't see or hear me or anything like that. Okay. So let's see. Don't forget you're retired, so you can't spend too much money at the expo this year. Miss Fake, you are so right. I'm gonna be cutting those coupons. But you know, one thing, guys, that I have been thinking is because Joanne closed and now it's kind of hard to get fabric in a way. Okay, like you can still go to Hobby Lobby. I went there when my mom was visiting, and I will tell you I didn't see a lot of stuff out there. So I was kind of like, you know, like, all right, so that might not be the place for me to get the fabric. Now I did also go to Susie's Quilt Shop that's in Manassas, where I'm going to be teaching embroidery. She does sell fabric there, and she has good quality fabrics too. But you know, her store is only so big and stuff like that. But I will tell you, the fabrics that she had is beautiful. So I got a feeling that's probably where I'm going to start buying a lot of my fabrics. I know Walmart sells fabrics, but sometimes the quality ain't that great. It's very paperish, kind of, you know, it's pretty cheap. And then I also do know that you can go to Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has a good selection, but I don't know what it is between me and Hobby Lobby. I just don't feel that store. I don't know what it is. I think it's because they don't do the military discount. I think that's what it is, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so anyway, I do see my sister is online, so I'm going to trust the process that it works. She will call me. Nancy, I'm putting you on a job now. You're going to call me or text me or something like that if you guys can't see me and stuff like that, okay? So let's pick a pattern, okay? And I want to show you guys where I'm getting the pattern from and all that good stuff and everything, so that way we can work together on this. So, all right, so I'm going to do present here. And I'm going to share a screen. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to share, let's see, not that screen. Hold on. Where is it? There you go. All right. This is the screen I'm going to share. All right. So I'm logged in. So hopefully you guys can see me and stuff. I'm going to keep looking to see if Nancy texts and stuff. So I guess she hasn't. So you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. So as you guys can see, this is Creative Fabrica. Okay. I kind of like this site because it's really low, the price that you pay. And there's a lot that you can actually get with the subscription. Okay. Like for instance, you get a lot of fonts. If you're into sublimation, if you're into needlework and stuff like that, you can even get sewing patterns here as well. As you can see under needlework, they got embroidery, they got knitting patterns. If you're into knitting, I know my sister's into that as well. And they even have right here crocheting, beading, hand embroidery patterns, stitch, cross stitch, all kinds. They even got quilting patterns as well. So one of the things that I did was I actually typed on quilting patterns, and then in here, let me see. Let's do something else. Let's see. Quilt pattern. Okay, I did quilt pattern. All right. And then as you can see right here on the left-hand side, and I'm looking to see if Nancy texted, I guess. Okay, she's all right. I guess I'm good. And if you click on embroidery right there, you're going to get a whole bunch of patterns out here. And these are patterns that you can download so that you can quilt with your embroidery machine. So I just want to look. I'm going to look real quick and see. I tried this one. the diamond, but I want to see if I can do something. All good. Okay, thank you, Nancy. That's my sis. Okay. So let's see. Let's go down, and I just want to see if we can find a pattern that's pretty cute. Something that'll work. Let's see. All right, something, it'll slap me in the face when I see it. Okay, it's gonna say, "Here I am." Okay, so let's see. Look, they got a Christmas pattern and stuff. That's pretty cute. All right, I'm gonna keep scrolling a little down so that you guys can see. Let's see. Oh, look here, they got bean stitch patterns, but I just want a simple. All right, so let's do a scribble pattern, something like this. I just want to see what it'll look like. Okay. I did one and I wasn't crazy about it, which was actually the diamond one, but I want to try this one, like the scribble, whatever it is, pattern. So let's take a look at that. So, this looks a little interesting. It's a little bit on the wiggly side or whatever, but it's just to try it out, just to see how it's going to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this. Okay. And there it is. It's there. Okay. Awesome. And then what I'm going to do is you can see right here. Well, I guess you can't see because I'm not sharing my entire screen. So let me go back here and let me go back and let me actually share my entire screen with you guys. Okay. So that way, okay, hold on. Just give me 1 minute here. So that way you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. Okay. I want to share the entire screen. Oh, I hit cancel. You believe that? All right. Share entire screen. Share. Okay, so now that I'm back to the entire screen, okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here and let me lower this down here so that way everything looks a little less messy for you guys. Okay, here it is. It downloaded right over here. But let me get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm one of those people that have like a whole bunch of windows open. I know. It's just I know that I annoyed a lot of people at my job when I used to work doing this. All right. So, all righty. Okay. Got another one. All right. So let's cancel that. Okay. So as you can see, it's already downloaded. And right here it says scribble pattern. Let me make this a little bit bigger. It says scribble pattern. And then right here, you can see it has all of the different sizes. It has the 4x4, the 5x5, the 5x7. It has a 6x6, 6x10. It has a 7x12. Okay. And it even has an 8x12. Which I'm kind of like, oh, okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on that and I'm going to see if it opens in Brilliance. Okay. If it did. And it did. Oh my goodness. All right. So here we go. As you can see, this is the pattern. Now, let me see what kind of hoop I have. So if, I'm going to change the hoop setting. That's an 8x9. I actually want the 8x13. There you go. And then this, I'm going to have to like rotate it. There you go. I'm going to have to rotate it. Now, this is the thing, guys. I am going to be using a mighty hoop. So the mighty hoops are a little bit, have less space than what is actually what you see on the screen, right? So because I want to make sure that when it starts to embroider, it does not hit the edge of my mighty hoop, I tend to make things a little bit smaller, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the design, and as you can see, it has those little dots around. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, in one of the corners, I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. There you go. And then I'm going to center it. All right, so this is the actual pattern. So I want to try this pattern on some fabric, on some batting, and let's put it on the machine and let's see how this works. All right. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to hit File, Save As, And I'm actually going to put this, I'm going to call it quilt. I'm actually going to save this on my USB. Okay. And let me make sure that it's saved. And it did. Okay, cool. All right. So now let's get back on here. And I'm going to remove that. Okay, so now that I went over to the place, we picked a design. Okay. You know, it's okay. It's not that great, but I just want to try this out. Okay. Because I already tried the diamond out and I really didn't care for that one. So I want to try this pattern out, see how it looks. So I already saved it on my USB. So I have it on my USB. So I'm going to pull it out and we're going to take this over to the machine. But before we take it to the machine, let's go over into the cutting table over here and let's prep our hoop with the fabric, the batting, and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to move you guys. I'm going to unplug you guys from here. So I should have enough battery charge because I have been charging the laptop all day. So I should have enough for you guys to be unhinged from here. And I'm going to actually put you guys on my stand. Okay, so that way you guys can see what I'm doing over here. Okay, so you guys are at my height. And what I should be doing, hold on, is I should be, let me put this here. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. This I should have did before. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I have a strap just so that I can make sure that the laptop doesn't fall. So I'm going to put a strap around you guys because laptops can get expensive. Okay, cool. All right. So you guys are secure. Okay. So now here is my cutting table. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys what I have here. All right. So this is my hoop. Okay. It's the 18 by 13 mighty hoop. All right. And we're going to put this on my brother, the 10 needle machine. Okay. Now, if you have this machine, which is the SC 1900, you're going to have a 5 by 7 hoop. And then you're going to do it exact same way. It's just that you're going to have a smaller hoop. That's all it is. Okay. But it's really the same concept, same way stuff. Okay. So I already have pre-cut. This is batting. Okay. Regular 100% cotton batting. Okay. I bought it by a big roll. However, though, I did go in my closet and I found this type of batting, which I kind of like. And I want to try it on this batting. Okay. I've never done it on this one before. One of the things that I like about this batting is you can see it's a lot thicker and I feel like it's more plush, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do it on this. So I have not cut this yet, but I am going to cut it now. So, and this is the fabric that I'm picking. It's cute fabric. This is the good fabric too. You see, this is the thing. Now that Joann's like clothes and stuff like that, it's hard to find good premium fabric. So, you know, it's like you got to salvage what you can. But you know what? You can always buy more fabric. Okay. I'm going to the Sewing Quilt Expo and I will get more fabric. All right. So let me put the top of the mighty hoop over here. And I'm going to use, like I said, I want to use this batting that I kind of like because it's fluffier, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to actually, let me bring you guys a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to cut this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my electric cutter to do this. All right. And that way it's a nice, fast, quick cut. Okay. There you go. That one's cut. Did it cut all the way? No. There you go. Now I'm going to cut this one too. Done. All right. Got it done. All right. So, whoop, All right, let me take the battery out. Okay, I purchased this and I want to give you guys something. It's good. Don't recommend it. And I'm going to tell you why I don't recommend this one. I mean, if you guys are interested in something like this, I say get it, but get something else. The reason why I say don't get this one is there is no off switch on this thing. So if I leave the battery on here, okay, and it's on the table and somebody accidentally hits it, it's like it just goes off. So my husband was saying the best thing to do is just to take out the blade. You could take out the blade, which I could, and then leave the battery in, and then nothing will happen, because there's no blade in there. But because there's no off button, I'm not a fan of this, because I feel like this is like an accident waiting to happen. I don't know. That's just me. I'm always thinking of the safety. So I always take out the battery. I do leave the blade because this is a little piece and I feel like, you could lose it. But I always remove the battery and then I put it back. That's usually how I do it. But it's just me. Okay, so now let me fold this up and I'll put this aside. Nice and neat, because I don't like to have stuff all over the place. All right, so I have my two pieces right here. Okay. Now, one of the things that I've done in the past is that I put cutaway stabilizer, right? And I'm going to do the same thing because I think that the stabilizer is a good idea. Because this has a lot of fluff, I don't want the fluff to like mess up the machine or anything like that. So, more stabilizer the better, I guess. So this is cutaway. So I'm going to use cutaway right here. And I should have I'll just use the rotary. It's always something. Okay, so, all right, let me just cut that. All right, so, hold on. All right, get my stabilizer here. I don't want to just leave it on the floor, because then, stabilizer. Okay. All right, where did I put my pens? There we go. My little pens in. I like to always be neat, because you don't want to have stuff all over the place. Then you can't find it when you need it, right? So, okay, I'm going to put this right here. That's fine. Okay. All right, so now I have the top of my hoop. So what I'm going to do, and I'll put you over here so that way you guys can make sure you see everything that I do. Okay, so I love this table that it has the wheels. I think that's like so cool. All right, so I'm going to put my cutaway stabilizer on here. Can you guys see? There you go. All right. Cutaway stabilizer. Here we go. All right. Now I'm just going to lay down my fabric with my batting. Okay. So I'm going to lay it there. Now, before I do that, though, I do want to do one thing. I'm going to put temporary adhesive on there because I don't want the fabric to shift. So let me just do that real quick. Okay, there you go. Put that. Now I'm going to lay it on, smooth it out. And when you smooth it out, I was told that you should always start from the middle and then you should always spread it out like that, okay? Because if you start from the corner, I guess it may not lay correctly. I don't know. But it works though, it works. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on here, okay? Now I have this on here, and then now Is this my 13? Yep, I'm gonna scoop it. There you go. So it's nice on here. Now, there's one thing that I'm noticing right away, okay? There is a lot of excess that is around this fabric, okay? So if you are manually quilting, a lot of times what happens is you're sewing the whole thing. So you have, you don't really have a lot of waste. So right now, off the bat, one of the things that I'm noticing is that when you do this quilt on the machine, what went through my mind when I first did it with the diamonds was, this is a lot of fabric waste. However, though, when I cut it, and you'll see it, it is a good amount, but it's an amount that you can use for something else if you wanted to, right? So it's kind of like a waste, but in a way, it depends on how you look at it, right? And I always like to keep that positive mindset. And I'm like, you can use this extra for like tabs, zipper tabs, stuff like that. So, we'll see. But let's see how this comes out, okay? So now that I have this all prepped and ready, this is ready to go on the machine, okay? So as you can see, I have my cutaway stabilizer. I have the batting that I like in the middle. And then I also have the fabric on the top, okay? So let's go over to the machine and let's load the pattern up. And I have it right here, okay? So I'm over here at my machine right now. Let me see. Do you see the machine? Yep, you do. You see it. Okay. There it is. All right. Okay, so I'm going to actually, I have to fix the thing. Let me pull you over here because I had this, I was using a 8x9 hoop. So I'm going to have to make this a little bit bigger because I need the bigger hoop. So I'm going to up this. All right. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay. All right, let me get rid of this design here. Okay, so now I'm going to add my SUB. Make sure it reads. Did it read? Yep, there it is. And there's my pattern. You guys can't see, you're too far away. Okay. So as you guys can see, there's a little glare over there. Okay, there you go. All right, so as you can see, the pattern is already loaded on the machine. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on the machine right here. Now, one of the things, remember when I was talking to you guys about the sizing, okay, when we looked at it, it said 8x12. But this hoop is an 8x13. But mighty hoops are kind of measured a little bit different than the regular traditional hoop. So you always want to make sure that you trace your design, because the last thing you want is for one of these needles that you have on your machine to hit the side of your hoop. That can mess up your machine and you're not going to be happy about that, okay? Trust me, or you won't. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. All right. Awesome. And then I'm going to hit set and then the first thing I'm going to do is I want to trace, okay? I'm going to check the needle that goes down, okay? Which sometimes it's usually the number 1 needle. If it's not, you can tell. Just look at it and you'll see that one of those needles go down. Sometimes it's the second or third. I don't know how it decides it. It could be maybe the first color or something like that. I don't know. But the needle will go down and then it's going to trace your hoop. You want to make sure that this is not going to hit the side. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hit trace. And it's number 7 that's down. And ooh, no, that will hit. Okay, so that is definitely going to hit. From when I saw, it's going to hit the frame on the back. Okay, so because it's going to do that, I'm going to do edit. I'm going to hit size. I'm going to shrink it a little bit more. Okay, So let's shrink it a little bit more and the edit, and then I'm going to do the thing, and looks a little better. I could move it up more. Okay, it's too close for my liking, so usually this kind of, you have to play with it a little bit. So I just moved it up a little bit more, and I'm going to trace it one more time. So you want to play with this. You don't embroider until you are comfortable and you know that it's not going to hit the side. And I'm good now. Okay, all right. So now all I have to do is pick the color thread. Now the color thread that I want to do on this, should I do brown? You guys tell me. Put it in the chat. What color do you think I should do? Should I do white or should I do like a brown thread? Because I do have a brown thread on there. So I'm looking at the chat. I don't see nobody got an opinion. Are you guys listening to me? I don't see no opinion. Give me a color. Brown, brown, brown. Okay, we're going brown. Okay, everybody. All right, so the brown thread is on needle number 5. So I'm going to hit embroider, and then it says 8/8. So what I'm going to do is, I noticed that it does a square and then it does the embroidery, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is, I want it to change to needle number 5. Did it change? No, it didn't. What's going on? Give me a minute. Having a moment, having a senior moment here, okay? Hold on. I want needle number 5 to be, there we go. There you go. All right, needle number 5 showed up. Oh my goodness. All right, I was gonna say, oh, I'm gonna have to get checked. Okay, so anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and let's start to embroider. That way we could see how it actually comes out. Okay, so now I'm hitting embroider, and as you guys can see, it is now, it's gonna do like a square. And you guys are going to notice what I'm talking about regarding the waist. So to me, it seems like it's just a square, and then now what's going to do is it's actually going to do the design of the actual quilt and stuff. So okay, now while it's doing that, I want to point out a couple of things while it's doing its thing. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know, okay? So one of the things that I looked at was the number of stitches, all right? This pony is 7,400 stitches. And the time that it's going to take in order for this to finish is about 8 minutes. So 8 minutes is pretty quick. That's not a lot of time, okay? So, but, you know, I guess the smaller the hoop that you're using, the lesser the time, of course, because you're not going to have that many. So, but this is really coming out pretty nice. I think I'm digging this. I think you guys are going to like this too. So, the reason why I wanted to look into this is because there have been times when you see a lot of people making makeup bags and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times what folks are doing is they're manually quilting all of the makeup bags that they do. They do the diamonds, they do the lines and stuff like that. So I was thinking, can I use this method so that I can create the panels for those makeup cases? That way it's a quick way to quilt it, and then you can put your makeup bag together. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take a look at this and stuff. So I have to tell you, looking at it right now, it looks pretty cool. Let me see if you guys can see and get a sneak peek. I don't think you guys can see it, but because it's doing its thing. But when it's finished, I'll take it out. That way I can hold it up to the camera, and then you guys can see what it looks like. So it still has 6 minutes to go. And you guys picked a good color too, because I don't think you would have been able to see the quilt in white, because I was thinking of white, and then you guys yelled and said no, do brown. So the brown looks really, really nice. It really does. I'm pretty happy the way it's coming out. It looks really good. The only thing that, looking at this, that I'm kind of like about is when it started, it created that box, right? I'm thinking the box has to serve a purpose, and it could be that maybe if you have to, if you want a bigger piece to quilt, it kind of helps you line it up. But, and I guess that depends on the design that you pick. But I know that what I could do is, instead of starting with the first stitch, which is the square, you can always skip the basting stitch and then just go straight into the quilting, and and do it that way too, which I think that's probably what I'm going to do the next time. I'm going to say forget the square. I don't need the square. I'll just go ahead and just do the quilt. But it's almost done. About 4 minutes. Okay, what is actually happening right now is it already stitched out everything. Okay, so what it's doing is it's actually going back and it's restitching to reinforce the stitches, which is pretty cool that it's doing that, because it's actually making the lines of the quilt design thicker so you can see it. So when it's done, and it'll be done in 3 minutes, I'll show it to you guys so you guys can see what it looks like. So I have to admit, this is pretty neat. I kind of like it. I could see folks using this, which is probably why we see a lot of different designs out there and stuff, because this is pretty cool. Now, while it's going back, I will tell you this. I see that it's kind of, it's not stitching on the exact same spot, okay? We'll take a look at it when I take it off the machine, and then we can really put our eyes on it, and then we can analyze this. Because it could be the design too, you know what I'm saying? So, because you know how certain things are. Sometimes you can get a file and it's digitized very well, and then sometimes you'll get a file and it's like, what were they thinking? Like, sometimes you'll buy a file and it has a whole bunch of jump stitches, and next thing you know, you got to put it in Brilliance, and you got to remove all those extra jump stitches and all that kind of stuff, and it could be a pain and stuff. I noticed that some of these are a little bit off, but, and I don't think the fabric shifted, but that's okay. It looks nice though. Maybe this is something like that. But it's looking good. I think it is like that. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. I think the design is supposed to be like that. It looks nice. Can't wait to show you guys. Okay, so anyway, we got a minute left, so we're almost there, guys. Almost there. Almost done. And I got it going at 900 stitches per minute. There's no reason, to me, I don't feel there's a reason to slow down the machine for this and stuff. It's not a dense design. You're just talking about the machine just drawing a bunch of lines. So there's really no reason to do all that. So almost there, guys. We got like 300 more stitches to go. That's like about 200. We're almost there. Almost 100 now. And we're done. Okay. So, as you can see, that was pretty quick. It didn't take long at all. Okay, so, all right. So, here we go. All right. So, this is what it looks like, guys. Let me give you guys a close-up so you guys can see what it looks like. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? See? Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, okay? See how it has like, it's a square, right? So I don't know if that's a basting or what, but I think it might be. But this is the actual pattern that we picked of the quilt. Now, let's go back to the cutting table because I want to talk to you guys about the amount of fabric that's left over after we kind of cut it down. Because if you notice, when you take a good look at this, right, you notice that it's just a square, right? So that means this is in the square. This is the panel that's quilted. Everything else out here, okay, is not. So let's cut it down and let's talk about if we have waste or not, okay? So I'm going to take this off the hoop and let me show you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing, all right? So I'm going to take this out of the hoop and I'm going to put my hoop away. Cover your ears. This gets noisy. Okay. All right. So put this away. All right. So let's take a look at this. So as you guys can see, this is outside of the hoop. Look at all this extra fabric that's on this side, this side, this side, this side. It's really not that big of a piece. Okay. So if I was to actually take the ruler, which I'm going to do right now, and I measure this, even though I had it on my 8x13 hoop, this actually is 6 inches by 9.5. So this is a 9x6. So it's 9 inches here, 6 inches, 9.5. So it's not that big, all right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut these extra pieces, okay, on the sides. So that way we can take a look at all that extra fabric and then we can talk about what do we think about that, okay? So, all right, so see, this is a big chunk. This is a lot of fabric, okay? All right. Now I'm going to go this way. Line it up. It's a lot of fabric too. Okay. Let's line it up here. go. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. This is what I'm left with, guys. Okay? With all of that stuff that we had going on, this is the piece that's quilted. Okay? It came out really nice. Now, I will say this. Look at the back. This is the back. Okay? Came out pretty nice. One of the things that I noticed, okay, and you notice it in the back. So let's look at the back of the of this pattern, because that's where I remember when I was telling you guys, I think the pattern is a little bit off. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is I'm going to hold this up and I want you guys to look at this side right here. Notice how it's all aligned. Then notice how right here it's a little bit off on the rest of it. Okay, don't know if my fabric shifted. Okay, because notice right here, nothing's off. Everything is the same. So if I turn it around, okay, you look on here, it looks like it embroidered right on the stitch, but then it started to get off a little bit. And then right here, it started to get off a little bit too. Notice that right here, see? Okay, not that I don't think it really I don't know. I don't think somebody's going to come out and say, oh my God, it's off. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it still looks really nice. It looks really good. Now, but the thing is, the discussion that I want to have with you guys is, what do you guys really think about this? Because if you were to do this manually, the way like my sister does, like my sister, she takes the fabric and then she has I think she has like a template or something like that. And she actually does the motion, right? When you do it I consider that the old-fashioned way, right? What happens is you actually quilting the whole entire fabric. When you're doing the machine embroidery quilting, it's got to fit in your hoop. And because it's got to fit in your hoop, then what ends up happening is you have a smaller space. And because you have to put it in your hoop, one of the things is you have to have that extra layer that's kind of hanging from your hoop. But the problem that I have with that is I consider this like a lot of waste, because with the batting, I could sew the batting together. I could take this, take it to a machine, and I can do zigzag stitches, right? And I can join these two together. That's not a problem with the batting. You know, I can do that. You know, I'll make it work. You know, like I'll just take these two pieces and I'll just join them together and I'll zigzag them, right? And then you can use this, and same thing here. So the batting, I know that there's a way that you know, we can make them useful again. But when I look at the fabric, right? I mean, you could use this for like what my sister does. She does piecing. So you could use it for piecing. You could use this for blocks. If you're into quilting, you want to do blocks and stuff like that, you could do that. But when I look at all this, I kind of, in my opinion, if this is a lot of fabric that I guess you could sew it together. Sorry. I guess maybe you can sew it together and maybe it'll be seamless, you know? But it's a lot. To me, it's a lot. It's a lot of fabric that could go to waste. I don't know. But, you know, of course, I'm not going to throw them out because I'll find use. You can use them as for zipper tabs, or you could use them for piecing, you know, or, you know, quilting a bag or something like that, doing quilt blocks or something like that, you know. But one of the things that I kind of do like about this is, like I said, it's a quick way for you to quilt, right? And if you're doing like a bunch of pouches and stuff like that, this is kind of the size you need to make a pouch. So all you have to do is just hoop like 2 of them, and then you can go ahead and quilt them, and then you can have pieces ready for you to make a pouch, which I'm kind of like, okay, you can do that. But like I said, I'm just not feeling all this extra fabric that's hanging on. Key fobs. Oh, I was thinking key fob. Oh, key fob. You can. You can use this for key fob. As a matter of fact, that's a good idea, Miss McFake, because if you use that for a key fob, that means if you make a pouch, you could have matching key fobs with the pouch. That's not a bad idea. So anyway, guys, so I'm going to unleash you here. And hold on. I'm going to have to pull this up here. Ooh, okay. All right. Got elastic that holds the laptop. I'm going to put you guys back on the desk. So anyway, so that is the world of machine embroidery. Now, here's another thing that I want to mention to you guys. I know the lights are probably blinding you guys. So here, let me put you guys back on here. Hold on. Let me move this here and move this as well. And take another sip. Another sip. Okay. This is another thing that I was thinking also. Let me show you guys something. All right. Look at how thick it is. All right. So I'm thinking to myself, this I like because of the fluff, right? And so a lot of times when people make makeup bags and all that kind of stuff, what they like to do is they like to use this because they kind of gives it a more thicker look, or like, fuller look. But because I did the machine embroidery, you could see it flattened the heck out of this, right? So it's like really flat. It's not really as fluffy. That's something else I thought about. And then remember, I was going to use this batting, which is kind of flatter, right? But then I said, nah, I kind of want a little fluff. So much for the fluff, right? Because I ain't getting no fluff. Because you can see, ain't no fluff in this baby, all right? So it's as flat as can be. So that was wasteful. I should not have even used this. I should have just sticked with what I was thinking about doing in the beginning, which is this, because this is the result I ended up getting. Okay. I didn't get anything really fluffy. And I probably would have got a more even stitch if I had used this. Okay. So, yeah. So it was just something that maybe when I do it again, I'm going to do it with this type of batting. I'm not going to even think about doing this type of batting. Even though I do like this because it makes the bags softer, in my opinion, but and stuff, softer to the touch. But yeah, I do like the way the back looks. It looks pretty cool. I think it did give it a nice look. And I think this is cool if you want to make bags and stuff. Each panel, you just go ahead and you just do that. So yeah, I mean, and it was quick. It took 8 minutes. That's not bad, guys. So yeah, so I don't know what you guys think about this. So I'm gonna go down. I'm going to say hi to all you guys on the chat because I want to see what you guys actually think about doing all this. Okay. Because, I thought it was pretty cool. Never did it before. It was just something that I started playing around with today because I saw that it was on Creative Fabrica and I have the subscription. I saw that other websites sell quilting patterns for embroidery machines. And I've always looked at them and said, that's pretty interesting. And I was like thinking to myself, okay, but if you have a big hoop or a big quilt, you would have to hoop it multiple times. But I was like, let me just see, if I just wanted to like a small little pouch or something like that, and I just wanted to quilt, would that work? But I didn't want to go ahead and just purchase one, especially when I looked on Creative Fabrica, I have a subscription. And when you have the subscription, you get to download anything that they have on their website because you already like paid for the year and stuff. And when I looked it on Creative Fabrica, as you saw, they had a whole bunch. They had a whole bunch of different patterns that you could pick from. So I was like, just to try it out, perfect. So I just went there, tried it, and as you can see, came out pretty cool. I mean, I think it's a nice alternative to have. I'm just not too crazy about all the extra fabric that's kind of left out. But sometimes I think about it because I feel like when you do it manually, you have more control over the fabric, right? Because I know that when you're quilting, one of the things they say is you want the batting or something, or you want it to be bigger than the size you need, because when you're quilting, the fabric shifts and the batting shifts and all that kind of stuff. So because you have movement in there, you need that extra. But I don't know. For me personally, when I see people quilting and they're done quilting and they cut off the edges, I don't see that huge amount of extra fabric that's left over. And I thought that to me was really a lot of fabric and stuff. But for someone who does not know how to quilt and wants to do a pattern and you have an embroidery machine, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. Just know that you're going to have extra fabric and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think it was that bad. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to say hi to everybody and see what you guys think about it and stuff. Hey Cynthia, how you doing? Hey Jerome, I see Darlene, how are you? Hey Miss Hemmings, how are you? Hey Robin, hey Deborah, how are you? Hey Iris, hey Baby Giant, how you doing? Let's see. Happy Friday to you guys. Miss McFaith, how are you? Eartha, hey Jenny, how are you? Hey Emma, hello. Let's see. Hey Pearl, how you doing? I see my sister there. Let me see. Oh, I forgot to check my phone to see if everything was okay. But so close. Go closer to the mic. We can't hear you. Too much noise. Go close to my. Oh man, I didn't see that. Okay. Well, I think you guys got it. Well, ask me if you need me to explain something to you guys. Okay. I know the machine is loud. You to help Jeanette sew a straight seam. You know what? I really feel bad for the person that's gonna get my gift, because they're gonna be like, Jeanette. It's like one of the pouches. There's a story with that pouch, and I'm gonna wait till the show and tell to show you guys what happened. And you know what? I just left it and I said, you know what? She'll have a laugh. She'll have a laugh. She'll be like, you know what? This poor girl tried. And stuff. But yeah, I mean, Nancy is very, very, very good. She's very, very good at sewing. And I'm just not. I really am not. I'm struggling with it. But now that I have more time, I have been starting to use up my fabric, because now I really want to learn and stuff. And I want to be able to like do my own shirts and stuff like that. But if I can't even do a pouch, I don't know about me doing a shirt. I mean, I'm going to probably be looking a little jacked up walking around the street. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Hey, Angela and Stitches, how are you? Hey, Pretty Eyes, how you doing? Hey, Bernardino, how are you? He's in the hallway sleeping. He is in the hallway sleeping. Hey, Mad Designs, how are you doing? Hey, Miss Joyce, how are you? Hey, Caprina, how you doing? Hey, Renee, how are you? Hey, Linda, how are you? Let's see. I'm looking to see you guys have questions or anything. Watching Jeanette is how I got started with embroidery. Aw, I'm glad. Oh my God. Now I'm watching her sister Nancy. Nancy's really, really good. She's really, really good. And I'm so proud of her because her morning show is really kicking off and stuff. I'm a little jelly and stuff because she got her husband to help her with the camera and all that stuff. I don't. I'm so raw, and I'm just gonna have to stay raw because Fred's retired, but it's not his thing, and and it's okay. It's not his thing and stuff, and I don't want to push him and everything, and that's okay. It works. I look at it this way: as long as you guys get the information that you need, you're good. So it's all right. Miss Miller, the tumbler is. I know this is from Miss Miller. I love it. And you know what? Look, check this out, guys. Wine bottles on the top. And it has a little flamingo. It has the flamingo and it has the little bottles on the top. Isn't that cute? Oh my God. I love it. It's my new favorite cup. It's my new favorite cup. There's water in here, by the way, guys. There's no wine. There's water in here and stuff. So, but Rita, thank you so much. Oh God, I love it. I truly, truly love it. My cup. It's my cup. Hey Linda, how are you? Okay. Hey Miss Clark, how are you? Aw, she deserves. Thank you, Rita. Hey Jenny. Hey Alice. Let's see. You have perfect timing. I finished a quilt top and been trying to figure out how to do this on the PR1055X. Thank you. Oh, Alice. Well, I hope this works. The only thing is, I don't know if you notice it. They do come out pretty little. Okay. So, you're going to have to rehoop several times. That's the only thing that I'm thinking. I got a feeling that nothing's going to beat the long arm. If you can get your hands on a long arm or something like that, or that's really the way to go. But for those of us that don't have one, this will do, I guess, for something small and stuff. But if you have something big, though, Alice, I don't know if you can free motion it. I probably would try that, instead of this, because, well, it might be worth it to do this because all you'll have to do is just rehoop, all the time. And if you saw, I did this in 8 minutes, right? So it's you'll probably just have to rehoop, let it run for 8 minutes, then rehoop, let it run for 8 minutes and stuff, and just keep doing the whole blanket and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I guess maybe it wouldn't be that bad to do, yeah. But this, I think it came out really, really cute. I think, it's not bad, for what, I mean, it's okay, let's see. Hey, Terry, how you doing? Oh, everybody's saying brown, brown, brown. I guess that's when I was saying what color. And you guys picked really good because you can see the brown stands out. If I would have picked white, we all would have been squinting and we would have been like, where is it? Where's the thread? Thank you so much for suggesting that, because as you can see, it came out really, really good. Love the brown on it. I never would have thought. Deborah was saying light gray. Yeah, and see, I was thinking light gray is silver too and stuff, but the brown looks nice. The brown looks nice. And what I like too is that at least we get to really look at it and see it. If we had picked a lighter color, it would have been more difficult and stuff like that. So yeah. Hey Susan, how are you? Hey Pam, how are you? I see Danielle. How you doing? Hey Rana Creations, how are you? Let's see. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Those lines take forever. Oh, the basting stitch can be removed later. Yeah, I mean, and it is a basting stitch. And you know what? Wait a minute, guys. Look, I just went like this, and it's coming right off. So I don't know if it's maybe that yeah, I can kind of peel it off. I just have to take, like you said, just, or, just don't, I would just have to take ain't that something? Now I can't find a steam ripper. You believe that? Oh my goodness gracious. And you're supposed to always have the steam ripper right handy. Here it is, okay? Because this is what, now I'm going to start taking it out. And now I can't open it. Oh my goodness. All righty. Okay. Not using this one today. I know what happened with that one. How it's all glued like that. And stuff. Oh, there it is. Got it. Got it. Okay. I just had to keep turning. But yeah, I mean, it's coming out. Yeah, I guess I just have to keep taking it out. And so, and you know what? It does look nicer once you take out the because I was thinking to myself, I really don't like that box. But yeah, you guys are right. Just take it out or don't and I'm sure the basting stitch is really there's a purpose for it, okay? It's so that the fabric doesn't shift. That's and I got that. But yeah, I mean just if I just take it out, it'll be good. Just take it out in certain spots and it'll come out fine. And it's easy to take out and stuff. And here's the, because I already took out this part, see, it looks a little bit better when you take it out. And then you can just do your thing. But see how right here, the basting stitch is right here? So you just start taking it out and stuff, then it's good. And, and to be honest, though, if you're sewing on it, like let's say you're doing it for a pouch and everything, and you turn on the zipper and all that kind of stuff, you could kind of leave the basting stitch in there because, when you start to sew the pouch together and stuff like that, you're probably not even going to see that, or that's what I'm thinking. You're probably not even going to see the basting stitch at all. So it's probably not, and it's easy to take out. These basting stitches are so easy to just, oh god, they just peel right off and stuff. So oh yeah, so yeah, Barbara, you're right. I mean, you could just take it right out and it looks good. It looks good and stuff. So yeah, so this is pretty neat, especially if you want to do pouches and all that kind of stuff. Jeanette, I'm sure there's a purpose for the basting stitch. Hold the quilt together, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Jenny. And that way, there's no shift or anything like that and stuff. But now that, I started messing with it, this is not hard to take out the basting stitch at all. So to me, I kind of look at it as, you know what? Let the basting stitch, because and yeah, guys, that's what I recommend. Let it stitch the basting stitch, because what's going to happen is, like Jenny's saying, if you go ahead and let's say you do what I said, right? and then the fabric starts to shift, right? And then what's going to happen is then your design's going to be all jacked up, and then you're going to blame me. You'll blame me. You'll be like, Jeanette, you were wrong. And I'll be like, yeah, you were right. I am wrong. You should have left the basting stitch alone. Yeah, but and it's not that hard to take it out. It's really not. I mean, it's not too much to it. All you gotta do is just, undo the bobbin, and it comes right out and stuff. So that's not bad. The other thing too that you can do, if you don't want to spend the time just undoing the basting stitch, just take the ruler and just cut it right off. If you want, just cut it right off. The only thing with doing that though is even though this is small, now you just made it smaller. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that goes through my mind and stuff. Jeanette, that is an excellent idea. I'm working on makeup bags, and I'm quilting the panels manually. Yeah, that way you have the nice designs. Just make a whole bunch, and then you go ahead and you make all the makeup bags. Yeah. So this works, because I see people do it all the time. They're doing the makeup bags, and then what they're doing is they're doing it all manually and stuff. But the only thing that I'm thinking about is the waste of the fabric. I mean, all that fabric, especially if you buy a lot of yards and stuff like that, you could end up probably making more makeup bags if you were to continue doing it manually. So I don't know. It's just something to think about and stuff. But yeah, but I don't know. It's just something. Let's see. That's just my game on my bags. I was hoping you pop in. I want to thank you for the tutorial on the kitchen towel. You gave excellent tips. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Crafty Puerto Rico is pretty good. She's good at her videos. I like watching her too. That's my problem. I had too many jump stitches. I purchased the pulling machine, and I love it. Oh, hey Debbie, how are you? How you doing? Hey Martina. Oh, thank you. Hey, Walk by Faith, how are you? Bernino, interesting. I like it. Oh, everybody seems to like it. They think it looks cute. Yeah, it just bothers me, the waste of the fabric. I don't know if it's a me thing. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I mean, I don't know. It's just my thing, Mailed out my gift today. All right, Debbie. Thank you. Mine will be going out first thing tomorrow morning. I literally finished everything today. And so, let's see. I'm going down. Hey, Miss Johnson, how are you? Might be made slipping less dense. You may want quilting to nest. That means actual quilting stitches are equivalent to each other. Yeah, I found that some of these stitches nested nicely in it, and then in some areas it was kind of off. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. Would not edge to edge quilting be better? Not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm new to this game, Linda. I'm gonna be honest. I'm new to this game. I was just curious, and I wanted to try it out because I wanted to see how it would look. Because a lot of times people like to quilt bags and stuff like that, and I just thought this would be a quick way to do it. So I don't know. Let's see. Hey Beth, how are you? How you doing? Everybody's all into these pulling machines and stuff. Oh, that design is called stripling. Jeanette, what are you making with the material? I was actually thinking of doing another panel like this and then making like a makeup pouch or something like that. That's what I was thinking of doing with this. But I just really wanted to explore it and see how it actually quilted and stuff. I will say I kind of like it. I mean, it's a quick way to get a nice design quilted pretty quickly. You know what I'm saying? So and it gives it a little professional look. So it's not bad. It really isn't bad. I can work with this. But like I said, it just bothers me. I don't know. Does it bother anybody that that you have all this extra? Does that bother you? It just bothers me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm too cheap. I don't know. I don't know. And join them. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think I'll do that too. Shift the material from zone to zone to fill up the amount needed to be quilted. What about floating the fabric in a piece of stabilizer, thin one, so that there isn't so much fabric waste? Marino, I think you might be on something. I like that idea. I do. Because you know what? That's pretty smart. Think about this. You put the cutaway stabilizer first, hoop that. Run the basting stitch. Once you run that basting stitch, you get the square, right? It does the square. So right there off the bat, you know exactly how much fabric you need. It's like doing an applique design, right? So then you would go ahead and you would cut enough that will cover that square, and then put the batting down, put the fabric down, run the basting stitch again where it tacks it down, and then you quilt it, floating it just like you said. And then I don't have all this extra. You're a genius. Yeah. See, now I like this. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow, guys? I'm going to do exactly what Bernino said. I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to videotape it, and let's see. That way, no fabric waste. Oh my God. You could spray the base and needle baste it. Yes. Good idea. I don't see why that would not work. That would be perfect. And then you don't have that waste. Guess what I'll be doing tomorrow? I'm going to be redoing this. Oh my God. That's like, thank you. That is a good idea. Couldn't you float the fabric? Yep. Linda, yep, same thing. You guys were thinking about that. And then, your fat may have shifted, or the registration can be off. But this can be fixed in Embroidery. Yep. I quilted a quilt for my daughter. I used edge-to-edge quilting design. There is no box around the design. You move your fabric over in your magnetic hoop, and the stitches connect to each other. Oh, okay. Great. Think alike. I know, and I like that idea. I'm going to be playing with that. Oh my God. Jeanette, what days do you plan to go to the quilt? I plan to go this year. I don't know yet, but I will definitely let you know so that we can go together and stuff. And I am going to spend the night. I'm going to get a hotel room like I did the last 2 years, and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember the first year I went and I got a hotel room. Somebody stole my room. They used my name. They stole my room. I thought I was gonna have to sleep in my car, but they were able to accommodate me because that was kind of funny. I showed up at the hotel room and I was like, "Hey, I'm Jeanette Woods. I'm here to check in." And they were like, "Oh, you already checked in." I'm like, "No, I'm here." So it was funny. Somebody stole my room. I was like, yeah. But then last year, my sister came, and that was really nice. I really loved having her here because that was pretty cool. And then me and her got to go to the sewing and quilt show and everything. Yeah, we took one class together, and then she didn't want to take any more classes with me anymore because she said I talk too much, which is probably true. But nah, I'm joking. That didn't happen. But yeah, so but I will let you know so that we can hang out because yeah, definitely I want to look at the classes that they have because I want to take some classes too. I don't just want to go and shop and everything. I actually want to go and take some classes and everything. And I gotta stay away from machines because I'm gonna tell you something. The Avenir was at Susie's quilt shop and somebody bought it. It was a limited edition Avenir. And oh, I didn't touch it because I was like, you know, but I will tell you this. My sister, when last time she came here, she was she was in the guest room. The guest room, I have the Juki quilting machine, the TL2010Q, right? She loved that machine. And I have to tell you, whenever I sew on that machine, it's like I make more mistakes on that machine than I do on my SC1900. And I think it's because I love this sewing machine so much. Maybe it's because I'm so used to it and everything. I feel like I sew better on this machine than on the other machine, which doesn't make sense because the other machine is supposed to be like a much better top of the line machine, but for some, and it's a straight stitch, but it's like this one I just like better, and I don't know. And not only that, it's like when you're creating pouches and stuff, and you have to exchange from a zipper foot to a regular foot. It's so much faster to change your foot than if on the Juki because there you have to unscrew it and all that kind of stuff. It takes more and stuff, and I'm impatient, but I shouldn't be impatient because I'm retired now, so I have nothing but time, So, but I don't know, we'll see. But I will definitely let you know. I'll reach out to you and stuff, and maybe we can take some classes together. So, okay, so I'll reach out to you this weekend. Let's see. Oh, you can use the basting stitch to align another piece, or you can skip that step, and not embroider that part. Yeah. But I kind of like this. This is now that you guys gave me the idea of floating it so that I don't waste that, because I will tell you guys could tell, right? This bothers me. It bothers me because what goes to my mind is you spend a lot of money on fabric and you spend a lot of money on batting. You want to maximize the use of that stuff. I don't want, I know you could use your scraps for other projects. I got that. But the thing is, I prefer to have is the less, okay, of scraps possible. I don't want to have a whole room full of nothing but scraps, okay? I don't. I want to be able to utilize all my fabric for what I wanted it. So, yeah. But, oh, well. Oh, yeah. Little earphone cases, key rings. Yeah, I could use it for that. If not quilting was so dense, it would have been fluffier. Yeah, I think you're right. And I was trying to look for, and I think that's what it is. It's probably fluffier because when people manually do that, Miss Johnson, you're right. It's like they do the lines, but they'll do like an inch and a half of space between the lines. So this doesn't like flatten as much. But I think you're right. This one was kind of dense because you see how close everything is. So because it's like that, I think you're right. That's probably why it's so, but if I would have knew that, I would have saved my fluffy stuff, and I would have just used the regular batting and stuff. But yeah, and the thing is, I think the batting would have been a lot. This is probably easier to use for me to because think about it. Look, if I do the floating like you guys are talking about, this was the size, right, that I started with, right? So this is what it quilted. Look, I could do, if I floated one, two, I could have two pieces, okay? But because I put this whole thing in the hoop, I ended up with one. So if I can float it, if it allows me to float it, and I put that here and I put that here, I end up, to me, I would be like, I would feel a lot better because that meant that I didn't really waste that much fabric, right? I mean, I was able to utilize that. So now I'm excited because now tomorrow morning when I wake up, guess what I'll be doing? I'm gonna do this whole process all over again, and I'm gonna float it. And when I float it, I'm gonna see how that goes, and I'm pretty excited because now I feel like that's gonna be cool because then I can really save, on it. And I'm not gonna use this the next time. I'm just gonna use my regular batting and stuff. And yeah, but it is kind of like a dense design and stuff, but I didn't really see too many designs out there that weren't that dense. I think they all kind of look dense. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll just have to look at more stuff. Um let's see. Yeah, but I think you're right. Hey Evelyn, how you doing? I like to use the soft and stable for all my cosmetic bags. I have to check that out. Let's see. I use the basic stitch to align together. Love that. Can't wait to try it myself. Ah. I do some embroidery machine quilting, but I get it done faster just quilting it on my sewing machine. Oh, you do? Okay. See, I thought, well, I guess maybe too, Robin. I guess it depends on the design that you're trying to do on the quilting machine, because I would think that something like this would take longer. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know. You can cut down an extra scraps to 2.5 squares and make a scrappy quilt and save the scraps for leaders as you sew. That's true. Because that is a lot of fabric. Let me see. Let me pull this table over here. See, look at all this fabric. And stabilizer too, guys. Look, the stabilizer, don't throw it away. You can bump them together and you can zigzag stitch these together and you can still use stabilizer. Okay? But look, that's a lot of fabric. A lot of fabric. You know? That's wasted. A lot. It's pretty fabric too. I like this fabric. I love my yellow. I love yellow, light blue. Those are like my favorite colors. Yeah. But the dense quilting will give the bag strength. It won't be floppy at all. That is true because it is pretty stiff. And I do like that feel. I like that it's stiff. But because I know now that it's dense and it's going to feel this way, I'm just going to use the regular batting. I think this will work just as fine. It doesn't, I don't, I'll save that other the fluffy stuff for when I want to do it manually. That's what I'm going to do, Miss Miller. Oh, with it being so thick, you probably won't be ideal for a blanket, but maybe with a little wider, less densing stitching. Yeah. Um, got my gift exchange mailed yesterday. Oh, you can buy the plastic template to quilt designs with your sewing machine. And you can do big pieces. Just move the template over and line it up. And yeah, Miss Bill, I think my sister had did some videos with that too, because she does that with her machine. Let's see. That tumbler is amazing. I know, Jay. I love it. I love it, and it's proxy. It's like, oh my god, I love. It's so soft and stuff. It's like, oh, it's so cute. Not my problem anymore. And I gotta tell you though, guys, I will tell you. It's been a month since I've been retired now. 1 month, and I don't know how I feel about this sometimes. I went to Florida, hung out with my mom, went to took her to see my uncle. That was fun. She was here for a little bit. We got tired of each other. She went back home. Now I'm kind of like, I don't know. I got to get into a routine somehow. That's what it is. It's that I'm not used to not working. I've worked my whole life. I've worked since I was like, God, little. I remember me and my sister used to deliver newspapers. Used to be penny savers back then. And yeah, and I worked in supermarkets. We worked in a movie theater. I worked in clothing stores. I worked at a law firm. I mean, all over the place. Worked at the college and stuff. I worked all my whole life, and I'm not used to not working. Even though now I'm working, I'm just working more on my business and stuff. But I don't know. It's just different. It feels different. And I was talking to some of my old coworkers that retired with me, and I asked them, I said, do you feel like you made a mistake, or they all looked at me like, are you crazy? They're like, what's wrong with you? You want to go back? And I'm like, no, I'm not saying that I want to go back. But what I'm saying is it's a little different. So I don't know. My husband had no problem retiring. He's enjoying it. He's been retired since January. He's cool with it. Me, I'm a routine person. And so I need to find my routine. So yeah, I do. I said I was going to join the gym. Didn't do that because I was visiting my mom and I didn't want to pay a membership and I wasn't using it. Now that my mom's back in Florida and stuff, I need to do that. I really do. I want to be able to go because I do need to lose some weight. I'm a little bit on the big side. I'm at my heaviest now that I've ever been in my whole life. And I need to lose weight. I have to take better care of myself. I want to do that. I'm walking mellow more. I really have to, I got to find my space. Somebody told me that I was talking to yesterday. They told me that it takes about 3 months for you to actually find your space and stuff, your routine and stuff. But I don't know if I want to wait. I ain't gonna lie. I was already looking for another job. This is bad. I was like, I work for the federal government. Maybe I should work for the state government. That's pretty bad. I know. But no, I am not. If I do go back to work, because I'm still young, I turn 57 next month. So if I do go back to work, I should at least give myself at least 6 months to be retired and whatever. And who knows? I mean, maybe what I really should do is stick to my plan, which was focus on my embroidery business a lot more. And and just do that, and practice my sewing and all that kind of stuff. Go to the gym, like I said I was going to do. Meet up with some friends. But the problem that I have is all my friends are still working. So it's like I have no one to hang with. So I'm kind of like, okay. Because kind of don't really have much of a social life. I don't know what's up. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have to find my space. I'll find it. I'll find it though. But yeah, but yeah, I love my Tumblr though. I really, really do. And stuff. So this is gonna remind me that I'm not gonna have any more props. I'm not at my job anymore and stuff. So yeah. So Miss Mill's gonna help me out to sleep, get into my retirement mode and stick to it. I gotta stick to retirement. Let's see. Hey Lisa, how you doing? So glad I decided to join in tonight. Oh, it's great having you. I've used Juji's edge to edge designs. I like them a whole lot. I'm gonna have to check them out and stuff because I did see they were on sale, but I just didn't want to buy something and then not like it. And because I saw, like I said, Creative Fabrica, they had some that you could just download and stuff. And this kind of worked out pretty good and stuff. So I got a feeling I'm going to probably look at some of them from Designs by Juju because I'm sure she got some really nice ones. I only use the edge quilts designs for quilts. Amelia's got some edge to edge on Designs by Juju. The designs are bigger, so I'm not sure how it would work for bags. Oh, okay. I'll have to check them out though. I want to check them out. Oh, and Kimberly Bell has some quilting designs. Oh, okay. Let me see. You sure you just quilt the material before you cut out, or you need the bag that you're making? Okay, I guess you guys talking about something. Would come better as double Dutch run stitch rather than 2 passes. Oh, as a double run stitch. Yeah, eliminates the alignment problem. You are right. Yes. That, you know what? And I bet you I can probably go into the software and I could change that to a double run stitch. Thank you. That was a very good idea as well. I'm going to try that with the floating and see. Thank you so much. The thread static. You had all those symbols there. I was like, what is that? Let's see. You can bind it for a trivet. Hey Peggy, how are you? Embroider bags and make it look classy. Oh. I'm enjoying it. Let's see. Oh. Erica. My girlfriend just texted me about, because she does these. Your Tumblr trader. No, I didn't buy it, Erica. This was a gift. That Tumblr is fat. I know. Isn't it beautiful? I thought of my girlfriend Erica does these and stuff, and she sells them. She does the proxy ones and stuff. God, it feels so soft. And I just love this top. I don't know if you guys notice, it has like ice cubes on the top with my little wine bottles. I just love this. Oh my God, my favorite. I know it was a gift. Just had to make a joke about it. She's funny. That's my buddy Erica. And so, oh my goodness. Oh, it's really cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, love it. It's my favorite mug now. It really is. Tumblr. Let's see. Next time, could you leave the seam allowance left on and you cut off the non-quilted part? Okay. Where did you buy the quilt and quilt edge designs? This is not something, Alice, this is just something that I brought. Well, I can't say I didn't buy. Okay. If you're asking about this one that I demonstrated today, I got this from Creative Fabrica because I have a subscription to them. So when you have a subscription to Creative Fabrica, you get to download everything that they have on their site, and this is one of the things that they have. So and this was the one that I just downloaded to give it a shot and stuff. So yeah. So Susan says, I embroider the quilting Christmas designs. I make Christmas stockings. Oh, I rehoop it to make it twice and 3 times at most. That's pretty, that is pretty neat because I have seen Christmas stockings and I've seen them quilted with the diamond, but I know that they have a whole bunch of other quilting designs as well. So that is not a bad idea. Now you're getting, I'm wondering if I could do that. I probably can't. That would be pretty cool. Hey, Becky, how you doing? Good evening. There's a ruler called Trimmer by George, propriety of Hoop's sister, that you can cut the batting and the backing and eliminates the bulk. Oh, I have to check that. I made nested blocks. It's much easier trying to match end points and have double ties. It looks better. Hey, We Quilt Studio. Watch Power Throw hints on Milty. Oh, darn it, Miss, I have to watch her then. Yeah. My sister loves her. She's like a big fan of Power Tools with Thread. I think her name's Becky, if I'm right. I'm not sure. I think it is. I'm not sure. Can someone tell me when the Crafty Puerto Rican is on? Hey, Iris. Well, the Crafty Puerto, she doesn't really do a live. She usually does. She just does her videos and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm gonna reach out to her so maybe me and her could do a live one day or something. Or if she does a live, I'll get on with her or something. And everything. But she always does the videos and stuff. I haven't seen her do a live. And stuff. Hey, Alice, how you doing? I don't think she has a time set, Iris. Yeah, she does it. She just does the videos and stuff. That's how she does her thing. Let me see. Need extra material when quilting because it takes up because of the take up when stitching. Yeah, that's what I heard. You always have to think. So yeah, so you know what? I have to keep that in mind when I do the floating to make sure I have some extra on the side and stuff. So yeah. Oh, I did the cross hatch with fork and form for a very pretty pouch. Marlene's like, I don't like waist either. I mean either. I don't like waist either. Let's see. How is Miss? The last time I spoke with Miss Banks, Iris, she is feeling a lot better and stuff. I was actually thinking of her today too, so I'm gonna have to reach out to her again, because I want to see if she's gonna go to the sewing and quilt show and stuff. Hopefully she's doing a lot better, and because she's been sick for quite some time, so I'm hoping that she's doing a lot better now. And so, but the last time I talked to her, I know Nancy called her also and talked to her as well, and I think she's doing good. And so, but thanks for asking. I'll let her know that you asked and stuff. You mesh with that machine. I've done some mesh, but not with the embroidery and stuff. She's coming along, but still has pain. Yeah. Okay, Jeanette, I plan to take classes this year as well. We might stay overnight because I'm now further out. We're in Baltimore. Yep, that's right. Yeah, you moved out and stuff. Yeah, even though I am not that far away, because Fredericksburg is only about like, it's really just like an hour or hour and a half from where I'm at. But I always like to stay at the hotel because that way I can really relax and enjoy the expo and just hang out and everything, and I'm not rushing to get back. And if I go to a restaurant and have a drink or something like that, I don't want to be, driving and all that kind of stuff and everything. I prefer to just be nice, well rested and stuff. And now that there's really no reason for me to be rushed back. I can just really relax and enjoy. And so I do plan on staying there again. Let me see. See, you should go to Designs by Juju in the hoop pouch. Debbie, let me tell you something about that. Okay, so Nancy wanted to do sewing with me one evening, okay? And she did an in the hoop pouch with me. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Her pouch came out so cute. Mine came out very jacked up. Now, how the heck did I do that? You got to ask Nancy, because Nancy's came out perfect, and she just looked at me and she was just like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "It ain't my thing." It just ain't my thing. Miss Banks had been on me on in the hoop projects for the longest. She was like, "Jeanette, you can't mess up. You can't mess up." Okay. Well, Nancy will tell you guys, yes, Jeanette messes up, because my pouch did not look anything close to what Nancy's final product was. So yeah, I have issues with that. Hey Erica, how you doing? That's my cool buddy. Aw, you're late to the party, but you're here. I miss you. I miss working with you. Let's see. Hey Margie, how you doing? You can make the stiff test for the wallet or the key fob. I could. And you know what, guys, when you talk about the key fob, instead of using this, like you said, I could just, do this and fold it, and this could be a key fob right here. It would have to be a little longer, but, or I could just cut it in half and it'll be one key fob. But see, it would be a short key fob though, because when you fold it, this is the length, and then I'm sure the hardware would be right here on the side and stuff. I would have to just sew it down and everything, but that's not a bad idea. Key fob. Yeah, because people do quilt for key fobs now. They do quilting for that too and stuff. Well, that's Carlito. He's always in and out, in and out, in and out. To be young again, I tell you. You can use batting tape to join the batting as well. I never heard of batting tape. I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't know about batting tape. You know what I do, Tina? I usually take the batting, right? And I'll take it to a sewing machine and I'll just like bump it up, and then I do a zigzag stitch. That's what I do. And then, with the zigzag stitch, it just kind of, in a way, joins them. And it's like, oh, I could use the batting, and stuff. Because I don't like waste. I don't, because all I keep thinking about is the money that I spend on this stuff. Because I'm sure everybody knows that all this stuff costs money. The stabilizer, the fabric, the needles, the thread. It's like, everything's like so expensive and stuff. I went to the website for Alibaba, right? Because I wanted to see about ordering more of the baby blankets and stuff like that, because I had some extra room in the basement. So I was thinking, okay, let me just order like 200 more and stuff. And I will tell you guys, the shipping, they wanted $800 in shipping. Shipping costs $800. I was like, pay $800 for shipping. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll use the blankets that I have until then. And when I run out, I'll figure out something else. Okay. Hopefully. So I don't know what's going on. It's like, oh, everything's so expensive now. It's not waste. You could use it for something small. I know. Who made that tumbler? It's great. This is Erica, my girlfriend, my friend. She does all of these. This is like her thing and stuff. But she didn't make this one, but I'm telling you, I mean, it's really nice. I really love it. It's so soft. I just keep rubbing it because I'm like, oh my God, I just love the way it feels. It's like so cool. I love it. Ooh, it's in my throat. She's crazy. No mistake. That office was a train wreck. It was. Woo! Let me tell you, me and Erica could tell stories. Sometimes I didn't know if we were in a Looney Boon or in some kind of crazy house or something, or if we were at an actual job. It was nuts. Where we worked, oh my God, you saw some shit. It was like, it was crazy. You have to get into a routine, Jeanette. I do. I have to get into a routine. Haven't found it yet. Ramen, I'm gonna get to it. I have to. I have to, because I have been wanting this for a long time. Erica could tell you. It was like from day one, I kept saying, if the government offers an early out, I'm gone. I'm done. I'm tired. Because I was really tired. I really was. I was just like, getting up 3:00 in the morning and all that kind of stuff, and then dealing with it was stressful. The job was very, very stressful. But I wanted out. I wanted to have a normal life, But so I'm gonna make this work. Robin, I'm gonna make it work. It takes some adjusting to just relax. It does. It really does. It's different. It really is. Since retiring, I wake up at 5 a.m. I watch YouTube videos till 9 while I work in the craft room. The flow of cutting and embroidering and sewing makes me happy. And Margie, this is what I have been doing. Since I have been getting up early in the morning, just like you. I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. like I used to, because I used to get up at 3:00 in the morning to go to work. Now, instead of getting up at 3, I'm getting up around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, which is good because that means I'm getting more sleep. Then I get up in the morning. I have my coffee. I have my toast. I have that religiously. I feed Mello, and then I take Mello for a walk. And I like to walk around the neighborhood and stuff and just take my time, because that way Mello can bless as many trees as he wants, smell or anything he wants to smell, and I just enjoy it, and I get fresh air. Then when I come in, I do I do some banking, and then I watch some videos or Netflix or whatever, and then I go on my Etsy shop, check for orders and stuff, and then I turn on my embroidery machines, and then I start working. The issue that I'm having, though, Margie, is that even though I get up in the morning and I go for a walk with Mello, it's like it's really kind of super local, right? So then I'm coming right back home, and I think I'm spending too much time in the house because I'm doing all my embroidery in the house. I need to get out. So I think what I want to do is I want to change my routine a little bit, where I'm getting up in the morning, walk Mello, come home, get in my car, and I want to go to the gym. So I want to start doing they have these classes for people over 50, where you can do some exercises and stuff. And I've been looking at their schedule, and they have like a class at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then they have another one that's at like 10. So I'm thinking that will get me out, and in a healthy way, because that way exercising, talking with people and all that kind of stuff. And then I figure after I do my exercise classes, I can just treat myself to a smoothie or something like that, and then come home and then start sewing. And if I get into that routine, it's like I got up in the morning and I went somewhere. And I feel that's the part that I'm kind of like missing. So it's being able to go somewhere and stuff. And yeah. And and it'd be nice to go out with somebody, have lunch every now and then, but everybody that I talk to, they're either too busy, they're working and stuff. So I'm just like, okay, So I have been going to places to eat by myself, sometimes, I'll go and stuff and people watch and everything. But then sometimes I get subconscious because they're probably looking at me going, look at her by herself. But I'm like, that's all right, what you gonna do? I'm retired, and stuff. So I don't know. And I did see recently a movie called The Intern. I don't know if you guys have seen it, and it is a movie about a retiree. And oh, my battery's running low. So that movie kind of cracked me up a little bit, because I was kind of like, oh, that's me. So it was a guy that retired, and he was so accustomed to getting up in the morning, putting on a suit and going somewhere and stuff. So he ended up getting another job. So, but the thing is, I was thinking to myself, I don't know if I want to get another job. I don't really, I don't know. I don't mind working. I love working, but I would prefer to do the embroidery and the sewing and stuff like that. But I do need to have some out time, so I'll figure it out. I have to, I just need to figure out, how I'm going to do things. Erica says, hey, I'm not working. I told you to come on out. I'll keep you busy unpacking. And I might do that, Erica. I think one of these days I'm just going to be like, hey, you going to be home? And then I'll just go right out there and stuff. Hang out with you and stuff. So I'm probably going to take you up on that. You can always do some online how-to classes, surgery and embroidery. Yeah. Well, that is something else too, Miss Joy, is that I already talked to the owner of the quilt store, and I'm going to start the embroidery club. So that's another way that could get me out of the house as well. So I'm planning on doing that too. So that way I'm out a little bit. So, and I get to meet people and all that kind of stuff. I will say I am a little nervous about it, because I was thinking to myself, what if I'm not good, at teaching or something like that? I don't know. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go out there. It is what it is. Say hi, meet people, teach what I know. And I'm just going to let people know up front, I don't know everything, I can just tell you what I do know, and just share if there's something else that you know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I mean, because, sometimes people can be mean, but I could be mean too, so I don't want to have any enemies. But I know me, I can be just as snippy. Erica knows. She's seen me in action, Somebody say something at work, I would be like, ooh, you're talking to the wrong chick, Hey, Mello, you want to say hi to everybody? Where are you going? You want to say hi? Oh, he's behind. Say hi. You want to say hi? You saying hi? Yeah. Oh, my baby. I love you. I love you. You're a good dog. Yes, you are. Don't say no. Look at that. He's going to say no. Oh, look at him. Oh, you're a dog after my heart. Yeah, I love you too. Oh, watch it. I don't want you to hit your head. That's why I got these little protectors in the corner. What are you looking at me like that for? You're funny. You're funny, Mello. You're funny. And stuff. Okay. All right. So you want to be in the camera. I know. You're a good dog. You always keep me company in the morning. I know. We go for our walks in the morning. Yeah, we do. We do. Me and you. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess he wants some attention. All right, Mello, I see you. Okay, Mello. All right. Okay. Okay, I'm petting you, but I want to move the mouse a little bit, okay, so that we could go down the chat. Is that all right? Can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do that? Huh? Is that all right? You're so sweet. This is the reason why I wanted to retire, because I just want to hang out with Mello, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. You're not going to let me go down these chats, are you? All right. So let's see. And then Marty says, after 9, take care of the house, my mom and the pets, then lunch and nap time. Love it. Hey Gail, how you doing? Okay. Susie, try OESD for more quilting design. Love the mug. Oh, I'm gonna write that one down too, so that I can look at them up. OESD for more quilting designs. Let's see. Do a daily live. I'll add you to my daily routine. Oh my goodness, I cannot do what Nancy's doing. That's a lot of topics. Okay, I will tell you guys. Sometimes I struggle for Fridays, because I always want to, I love hanging out with you guys, but I always want to make sure that I'm teaching you guys and sharing information with you guys, and I don't know if I can commit to a daily live. I'm not sure about that, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in the future. I don't know. But right now I can't. And stuff. Yes, Margie Neal. How do you use your serger in Brilliance? I'll have to look at that. Send all the extra fabric to Miss Nancy and she'll make anything with them. I know Nancy sure would. What dates are the show this year in Fredericksburg? Oh, I believe they're usually at the end of September, Erica. They usually focus on the last weekend in September and stuff. I will post the dates and stuff. I know. Let me see. Let me look real quick if I can find it real quick. Let's see. Sewing and Quilt Expo. There it is. The original Sewing and Quilt Expo is going to be in Fredericksburg. Okay, it's going to be September 24, 25, and 26. Yep, that's when it's going to be this year. The 24, 25, and 26 in September. Yeah. Wow. Another year. Oh my goodness. There are also paper piecing quilts. Yep. Oh, there you go, Erica. Made the mug for me. She's awesome. She works with you to make it just how you want it. Oh, well, let me tell you, she did a good job. She did a really good job. I love it. Oh my God. Oh, I love my mug. This is like so awesome. Oh my God. I love looking at others. I'll look her up. Oh, till join live on the craft room setup. Yeah, we got to have Erica on here. But Erica is still setting up her space. Once Erica is set, then that's it. I'll drive over there if I have to get her on this live. Bring Mello. Sandy and Mello would wear each other out. I want to try that but I want to see. I don't know how Mello would be because he's the only dog. So I don't know. I know that he plays really well with Lucy. That's a Mastiff. So I don't know. We'll see. We have to give it a shot, Erica. That's for sure. Because because I know Mello would be like, he wouldn't know what to do with himself. um, let's see. Oh, you can get more subscribers teaching at their quilt shop. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Peggy. I was thinking that. I was thinking maybe, more subscribers. And really, honestly, though, it's like, I remember I was like, oh, I want to hit 20,000 subscribers, and I'm already there. Now it's like, I really don't care too much, Peggy, about the number of subscribers. I just want to have fun with this channel. That's really what I want to do. I just want to have fun with it, and I want to like share what I know with people, because I just like to help people and stuff. And sometimes, it's just fun. So I just want to enjoy myself. That's all I want to do. Oh, they sell the batting tape. I'm gonna have to check that out then, because I never heard of batting tape. So I definitely gotta check that out. Maybe I should try getting up at 5 a.m., go straight into my sewing room. We'll tune in and watch you every week. You're an excellent teacher. Oh, thank you. You taught me how to embroider. You'll do fine. Oh, thanks, Miss Miller. And so, yeah, I'm just a little nervous about it. I'm sure after the first day and I get to know the students and all that kind of stuff and learn, because the thing is, you don't know, right? When you walk in and you meet students for the first time, you don't know how much they know, how much they don't know. And once I have a feel for the room and I get to know the audience and everything, I know that after the first day, I'll be able to really prepare the lessons a lot better, because then I'll be like, okay, I know what this crowd needs. Like, if they like to work on projects and stuff like that. And I was thinking, because she has all of the sewing and embroidery machines in the shop, I can also like take one of the machines, put them in the classroom, and then I can teach people like, hey, this is how we do applique, the different, the 3 steps of applique, using different materials for applique, how do you use a multi-needle machine, how to use a flatbed machine, and all that kind of stuff. In the hoop projects, I'll do that, and I'll just let them know, hey, I screwed up on my pouch, okay, but let's give it a shot and let's see how it goes. I really just want, to me, it's like I want to have a fun time doing it, and I want, my goal is really so that people can come, have a really good time, learn something. And if the projects come out great. If they come out bad, then we learn what not to do, right? So that's how I'm just gonna wing it and see how it goes, and hopefully, everybody just enjoys themselves and have a really good time. So that's how I plan on going. So I'm pretty excited about it. I will definitely let you guys know when the first day of the courses will be. I have to work on an agenda and send it over to the shop owner so that she can look at it and see if she approves and stuff like that. And then we're going to go from there. So, and I was supposed to have that to her yesterday, and I didn't send it to her yesterday, and I didn't send it today, but I do plan on sending it this weekend, or maybe I'll type it up tomorrow morning and stuff, and then just drive it over to her and have a conversation with her, and then get our calendars together and see how we're going to do this and everything. So guys, I am going to let you guys go. As you can see, Mello's behind here, and he is already like knocked out and stuff. And I'm going to call it the night, and I'm going to go to bed early and stuff, so that way I can get up early in the morning. And I have to hit the post office tomorrow, because I have to, my Esther gift, I have to send it off. So I'll be doing that. And yeah, so hopefully everyone's sent out their gifts. If they didn't, I hope that you're like finishing them up to send them out, because at the live on the 18th is when we're going to do the show and tell. So, and hopefully everyone can participate and feels comfortable participating at that event and stuff. So, yeah. So I'm pretty excited about it because every time we do this, I mean, the gifts just look so awesome and stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. So, guys, I will see you guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy embroidering, enjoy sewing. And I hope you liked today's little quilt on the embroidery machine. I think it came out pretty good. And thank you so much for all the ideas about floating it and all that stuff. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to videotape it while I'm doing it, and let's see how it goes. All right. So I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great weekend and be safe. And I will see you guys next Friday. So talk to you later. Bye, everyone. Have a good one.